I did not have this, and I was realizing that this was like a must-have. The old-fashioned way to do it was to dip your diaper in the toilet. I recommend that everybody get. Hi everyone, and welcome to the Hyla Home, where we talk about motherhood, natural living, homemaking, which includes renovating our 1940s house. Today I wanted to talk about cloth diaper essentials for your bathroom. In my last video, I went over our bathroom renovation, and I thought while we're on the subject of bathrooms, that would be really great to talk about the essentials that I use for our bathroom when it comes to cloth diapering. Today I have with me my beautiful daughter who's smiling across the room from me, and so we'll see how this video goes. So the first cloth diaper essential you will need, which I absolutely recommend that everybody get, is the cloth diaper bidet, or a diaper sprayer is how you can find it on Amazon. I will link ours in the description below, but this is just super useful when it comes to cleaning off poo for your diapers. And if you don't know what a bidet is or a diaper sprayer, you can kind of see me using it here to get off that poo. Now, why is a cloth diaper sprayer important? Well, if you are fully breastfeeding, the poo is actually water soluble, so you can technically pop that diaper right into the washing machine and it will completely wash out. However, in my experience, especially with the meconium poo and just how much breast milk poo there is, this doesn't always really work, and it would take kind of several washes to really get out that poo. Now, if you're formula feeding or if your baby's on solids, you'll actually need to be removing the poo anyway, and so a diaper sprayer is super useful in that case. So I recommend having a diaper sprayer even if you are full-time breastfeeding, because eventually your baby will be transferring to solids, and it just makes a lot of things easier on your washer and dryer. Now, you might be saying, well, can't I just use the sink or the tub? And yes, absolutely. In desperate times at other people's houses, I've used kitchen sinks, I've used bathtubs. You can definitely use those utilities that you already have in your house to clean those diapers. Here's the thing. For my family, we find it a little gross to rinse our baby's diapers in the sink. For you, it might not be a big deal. And then for us, all our drains are a lot smaller in our sink, so that actually eventually would cause clogging, where with your toilet, it's such a wide drain that you don't have that issue. Now, for bathtubs, it's a little bit different. Typically, you do have a wider drain, but if you have one of those sifts in it or drain cloggers that isn't just a rubber piece that you put over it, your drain's going to be smaller, and so you have that same issue where if you're rinsing off poo in the tub, it might actually clog your drain over time. So that was just the reason we found to not do the sink or the tub. Some people, the old-fashioned way to do it was to dip your diaper in the toilet and dunk and swirl. And you can do that. I find that gross a little bit. I don't really want my baby's poo in dirty toilet water. And we're not on a super great schedule when it comes to cleaning our toilets anyway, so to me that's just super gross. But the other thing is, with the diaper sprayer, you really get a strong pressure that allows you to really get that poo off. And with meconium poo, and sometimes even the breast milk poo that's just starting solids, it'd be really sticky and hard to get off. So I find that like dunking and swirling, it really wouldn't work. But then just the dunking and swirling in general, just to me, makes a big mess. You get stuff all over the walls, also like potentially dirty toilet water on your baby's diaper. Just, I wasn't a fan of that. I would rather wash my diaper in the sink. Uh-oh. So this actually leads into my next essential for the bathroom, which is a diaper shield. This actually can be a little harder to find, but I think if you're on Amazon and you type in diaper shield, it should come up. It's this plastic exterior thing that just keeps all the water contained while you're spraying the diaper. So it just kind of extends out your toilet. You put the diaper in the shield, you spray off the diaper, and then you don't have water going everywhere. I know from personal experience, I did not have this for like the first few weeks of cloth diapering, and I was kind of realizing that this was like a must-have thing. Poop would get on the walls, which is just super gross because it would like ricochet off the diaper. Water would be all over the bathroom floor. Just made a huge mess if you are using that diaper cloth sprayer thing, because the pressure is so high that it can cause kind of a big mess. So I definitely recommend the diaper shield. If I had to get rid of all the things in my bathroom and only keep 2 things, I would keep the bidet and the cloth diaper sprayer for cloth diapering. So to me, this is a must-have. The one I bought, they no longer sell. It's not super special. It's exactly the same as really any other ones. It was just super cheap at the time, which is why I bought it. So they no longer sell that one, but I am going to link one that's exactly the same style as mine down in the description. There are some fancy ones on the market. I don't really see a point in those, but I definitely think a diaper shield is like a huge essential. Now, something you may want to consider getting if you have a diaper sprayer shield. Now, I don't have this, but I keep going back and forth about whether or not I want to get one. But it's like a wet tray to put it in. Right now, it's just sitting on our floor. Technically, it could be hung up on the wall, but I just kind of find that gross because when you're rinsing out poo in it, it tends to get a little nasty. And I would just want it kind of separate somewhere else. It gets wet. So a good thing to have would be like a little tray to put it in, like a rubber or plastic. We don't have that, but that would be another essential that I would recommend. Now, my third essential for the bathroom is a diaper pail, and here's the reason. So when I first started cloth diapering, I realized really quickly that when you're spraying off the diaper and then you go to put it in a pail or a basket or a wet bag or anything like that, it's pretty soaked and drippy and kind of nasty. So I really recommend having a diaper pail in your bathroom for a couple of reasons. One is just the reason I've already said, which is after you've sprayed off your diaper, it tends to be really soaking wet, and it's easy to just wring it out and dump it into the pail as opposed to like having to transport it into another room. The other reason I recommend having a diaper pail in the bathroom is because the bathroom's already kind of more of a smelly place anyway, and if you have like a bunch of cloth diapers that aren't poopy but aren't necessarily clean, it can just smell a little bit musty sometimes, and having them in a bathroom that has a vent or a window or is already kind of a musty smelling place anyway is, in my opinion, the best, as opposed to like storing them in your laundry room or even like in the baby's nursery. Something I also like to pair with my diaper pail is a reusable wet bag. Essentially, here's like a small one. It's got TPU or PUL, P-U-L, on the outside, which is just essentially like a waterproof polyester that's been treated, and it's like slippery on the inside. I definitely recommend having diaper pail sized ones. I know Grovia sells a really nice one. I actually have theirs, and then there's also a couple of other brands. I think Rumparoo sells one, and Nora's Nursery. I like the ones with the drawstring. That just to me is the easiest, because when you go to take out the pail, you can just drawstring it closed. That way you don't have it just open. A lot of the ones don't have a drawstring, and instead it's more like a trash bag. It has a ring of elastic on the outside, and you just put that around your trash can. But the thing is, when you go to pull it out, you don't really have anything to like hold with. Whereas with the drawstring, you can tighten it and then you can kind of hold the top, and I prefer that style. I do have both, but what I actually do is use the elastic ones that don't have the drawstring as the first liner, and then a drawstring liner on the outside. That way the actual pail itself isn't getting moldy and wet, because your diapers are going to be wet. And I found that even with like a waterproof wet bag like this, sometimes the moisture still gets through. So just to have two kind of minimizes on like future having to treat mold. And for our setup, honestly, all we did is we just bought a plastic trash can that was $5 from Walmart that looked about the size that we needed, and then you paired any one of the liners with it, and that's what we have currently. So another essential that I recommend is a diaper dryer, and that's not like a machine. Just a place to dry your cloth diapers. Now you can, and I've done this before, set them along the side of the tub, but what I found with that is then typically the side that is down on the tub doesn't get dry. So I recommend having either like a milk crate where it's got holes in it, or something that you can clip. They have these like octopus diaper dryer hanger things, and they have like all these little clips. That's actually what we have in our bathroom. or you can get actually one of those foldable laundry dryer bamboo shelf things, and you could hang diapers on that. So I just recommend having something, because sometimes there will be diapers that are really bad that you either want to air dry first before putting in the diaper pail, or you're wanting to wash a specific way so you're not putting them in the diaper pail. Maybe you need to do a couple of treatments of washes. I don't know. I do know, like, in the newborn phase, because of the meconium poo and trying to treat that and really get those stains out of the diapers, I did a lot of air drying. So I just recommend having a place to air dry, especially if you're going to be doing wool or anything like that. That way you don't have to be setting it out on like your bathroom counter or your tub, because they don't really dry that well there. And speaking of wool, if you are doing wool cloth diapers, there's a couple more essentials that I recommend. The first one is a little bowl or container that lives in your bathroom for washing the diapers. Now, a lot of people on the internet just do it in their sink, and you can absolutely do that. For us, our sink is pretty nasty all the time. The bathroom is one of the dirtiest places in our houses, so I don't really want to be washing wool cloth diapers in our dirty sink. Plus, at the moment, that's our only sink, so if wool cloth diapers are being washed there and then someone has to use the bathroom or wash a dish, well, then there's these wool diapers, so then they have to use the tub, and I prefer to have a actual bowl or container for washing wool cloth diapers. I have one that is plastic, and it actually has measurements on it, which is super great for knowing exactly how much water you're putting in to know how much soap to put in. And on that note, I also would recommend keeping a special measuring cup in your bathroom for wool cloth diapers. I have a little like shot glass tablespoon one that has the measurements on it, and I use that for the specific measurements that you need for the wool soap. And I store that inside the little bowl, and I stick that in a cabinet and you never see it. And then I actually use that bowl to put dirty wool diapers in and kind of use it as a wool cloth diaper pail. And that way, when it comes time for me to treat all my wool diapers, I just pull everything out. It's already in there. And of course, if you're going to be doing wool cloth diapers, you must have a wool cloth diaper soap. I recommend either, I believe it's called E.W. Caris, really like theirs, or you can use the Baby Greens wool cloth diaper wash. I use both of them. I recommend getting a lanolin one, so that for diapers that don't need a deep wash, that just need to be a little bit relanolized and washed, that you have that. But I also recommend having a non-lanolin one, because some of those wool diapers can get pretty nasty, and you're going to just want to strip them of everything, even the lanolin, and then re-lanolize them before putting them on your baby. So that is all for today. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope this was helpful to you if you're starting to consider cloth diapering. As always, if you like this content, please subscribe and hit the little bell notification so that you don't miss any notifications on future videos. Thank you again. Bye now.